Ever since the pandemic started, a commonly used phrase is supply chain shortages. It's used to explain why we have shortages of paper products, certain food products, new cars and car components, cell phones, and essential appliances such as ovens and refrigerators. One thing for certain is that the effects of the pandemic are still very much here in the U.S. Labor and manufacturing shortages around the world caused by lockdowns, workers too scared to return to work, closed businesses, material shortages, and perhaps other reasons have created the perfect storm. Factor in, too, rising inflation and shaky economies. We have to wonder if these supply chain disasters will end anytime soon. This video will discuss the supply chain shortages and what may be the reasons for them. Again, there are multiple reasons why these worldwide shortages on certain products are happening. In their entirety, the problems are in one way or another tangled up in an overall surge of consumer products demand. Manufacturing around the world has been disrupted because of concerns with the COVID-19 pandemic. For example, in Vietnam, entire manufacturing facilities have been locked down because of ill and positive tested workers. Distribution centers worldwide have struggled with labor shortages. Not being able to transport goods and products has contributed as well because of a lack of truck drivers and truck repair parts. Many end-of-the-line manufacturers have struggled to receive key components and materials to complete their products. The final result is that due to the pandemic, labor shortages, rising prices, transportation difficulties, and retail store stocking problems have all made our lives much more difficult. You probably have heard about the container cargo ships that have been waiting off the California coast to deliver their products from around the world. These massive ships have been unable to enter into the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach, known as the busiest port complexes in the U.S. The cause of the backups is primarily for strictly enforced COVID restriction at the ports. But it's happening too because of unprecedented demand for goods from China, South Korea, and other Asian exporting countries. The backups have prevented delivery of furniture, auto parts, and textiles. The current wait time for a ship to gain entry is over 8 days. Port officials say they've never seen things so bad. I'm not saying there's nefarious intentions behind all these supply chain difficulties, but it does make me ask if there might be powerful people that have plans to manipulate world economies for their financial and political gains, reduce food consumption and energy usage, punish nations that refuse to implement more Green Deal initiatives, and several other things. The supply chain shortages are not fun to think about as we enter the 2021 holiday season. Here are some things that we can expect to remain in short supply in coming weeks and months. A global computer chip shortage, necessary for tiny components in automobiles and appliances. Holiday toys and decorations. You can also expect higher prices since toy makers are being charged 5 times the normal shipping costs. Lunchables. Because of labor and ingredient shortages, companies are focusing on manufacturing other demand items, such as ketchup and macaroni and cheese. Turkey. Big turkeys could be difficult to find this Thanksgiving. This is because grain prices are up. The labor market is less. There is a shortage of birds weighing 14 pounds or less. Canned goods. This is caused by the ongoing aluminum shortage, now affecting products such as canned tomatoes and tomato sauce. Chicken. Chicken is getting harder to find in some areas. The cost is rapidly rising. Many processing plants still have COVID issues going on. This could last for a while. Pet food. Some brands are harder to find. Cost has gone up 8 to 20%. Downtime at manufacturers and lack of supplies have brought this about. There you have it. Lingering shortages of supplies and products, as well as distribution and transportation troubles, are continuing to wreak havoc with many of the things a few years ago we took for granted. This is H.A. Graves.